Are you worried about medical negligence claims? So many people are. If so, what would it look like and how would you defend it? So at one extreme, we could have a client, a woman who takes her own responsibility. At the other extreme, we've got somebody who wants to blame everybody for everything in their life. So if we take the first one, has she clearly indicated what she wants? Can we work with that? If not, who else can work with that? So for example, somebody wants a home birth or vaginal birth after previous cesarean, or twins, or vaginal breech birth, or they just want to go post dates longer than is the norm at that place. So how far can we accommodate and work with their wishes? At the other end of the spectrum, we've got women who are going to blame us for everything and anything. Are we documenting? Are we getting witnesses? Are we giving informed choice? So ultimately, it does still come down to informed choice. Protecting our practice is also about keeping our clients safe. So if it was just protecting our practice, this could actually hurt our clients. So sometimes the emphasis is too much on fear and control, protect our practice, fear of losing a license, losing a job, or even losing our freedom with a criminal conviction. So let's look at criminal convictions also. For at one extreme is murder, Harold Shipman in the UK, manslaughter, that could potentially be any of us. If we happen to be present, involved in a case, somebody's died, later somebody can say it's an act or an omission, that's negligence, but it has to be so extremely reckless that we caused the death. So in theory it's hard to prove manslaughter. In reality, sometimes there are circumstantial cases that are brought against a clinical practitioner, a doctor or a midwife, a nurse or somebody else, and just by bringing the case they have to spend years building a defence and dealing with it. Now, one of the strengths I look at with defence is not just the defence, it's the offence. So yes, you say I'm a competent, reasonable practitioner. I was going to say confident. Hopefully we all are calm and confident in our work and kind, but you're a safe, competent clinical practitioner on one side. On the other side, you also say, but who are you, the accusers? We need to know who they are and what the allegations are. This is a principle of natural justice. So when we know who the accusers are, we can break down who they are, why they brought the case, what's their motivation, is it vexatious, is it malicious, is there something else about it? Are they simply plain wrong to bring the case? If so, we need to show that, and that will up our defence by bringing down the prosecution. So that's the person to some extent. We can also discredit. Discredit a person doesn't sound very kind, friendly or polite, but nor is going to jail. So it's essential people defend themselves robustly, very, very strongly, and that includes discrediting the evidence on the other side and the people who are bringing the case. So let's say it's a case of manslaughter, you happen to be on a shift, somebody's died. In the case of maternity care, it could have been a mother, it could have been a baby. Did you do all that was reasonable and safe in the situation? Would another in your profession have done the same thing? Is there a body of knowledge? That's where somebody else in the same situation would have done the same thing. Even if there's another professional body of knowledge that would have done something different, you've got some support from some colleagues that would have done what you did. Is it outside the guidelines? It's not a problem to be outside the guidelines if you can show that it was reasonable, that in general it was safe. The unique individual circumstances of every case need to be looked at. It's very easy to apply a kind of one size fits all. Here's a guideline: women who are 42 weeks, 41 weeks, 43 weeks, whatever it is, the guideline must be induced at that hospital. Well, what's the alternative? What are the risks and benefits? The woman might choose not to be induced, and that might force her into unassisted birth, to travel very far away, even to another country, or to find a provider who's not registered because it's the only provider they can find willing to care for them. So we have to look at all these potential risks and benefits to weigh up how and what we're doing. So defending ourselves is about defense and offense. Discredit the evidence and the accusers and show how we're a safe, competent practitioner. I'm exploring this theme particularly for doctors, and we'll be putting on some workshops and talks at various conferences this year. If you have any interest or any invitations to particular conferences, feel free to let me know. Thank you.